Hey, good morning everyone. Hey, welcome back to my channel, the Virginia Bushcrafter. I appreciate you guys dropping in. I'm just out in the bush again, once again just to practice what I have learned. And I think this is one of the most enjoyable places that you can come. It's Mother Nature. Just enjoying the environment of Mother Nature is absolutely fantastic. Again, Mother Nature will provide you with everything you need. It's going to provide you with shelter. It's going to provide you with water. It's going to provide you with foraging. And of course, there's always air. With those four things, you will survive in the bush. It's just a matter of knowing you must find them and know how to use them. So I am out here today with a specified task, and my task is to build a low-profile stealth shelter. So guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hang my rucksack and get to work. All right, guys, so again, what we are going to do today is construct a camp that consists of a low profile stealth shelter. So starting out, I have a 10 by 10 tarp, and my ridge line is going to be waist level. And I'm going to run this. I've already started with one of the tie outs. So we're going to go ahead and get this started, and I'll show you. One of the things I'm going to do is put 2 prusik knots here to help construct the shelter, and we're going to go from there. So guys, let's talk about knots right now. Another skill set that is very necessary in the bush. So here, it's what's called a prusik knot. If you notice here, I can push it in, slides, the tarp goes inward. I pull it backwards, it becomes tightened. Same thing on the other end. Prusik knot, I can push it inward, tarp collapse, pull it backwards, and it tightens once again. But I want to say again why it is so important to come out and practice. It's because these prusik knots are made from number 36 bank line. Before that, I was using 550 paracord that was not holding, and the reason is that the diameter of this ridge line is smaller than the diameter of the paracord. So I had to switch the paracord to number 36 bank line. So here again, cordage, knowing cordage is a skill, as well as knot tying is a skill. And this is why I emphasize it is important to come out into the bush and practice before you consider doing an extensive time in the bush. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this, and I'm going to bring you along with me and show you the next steps. Okay guys, I'm going to Well, we're going to take tent stakes and we're going to make sure that they are even with the tie outs in the front. So I'm going to start with the center one first. I'm going to go to the right side and do the same thing. And now I'm going to go to the left side and do the exact same thing. So, if you notice, this tie out, well, let's make it straighter. This tie out here, right here, is in line with that middle tie out in the front. On the right side, this tie out is in line with the right side in the front. And the same thing on the left side. This tie out is in line with the tie out in the front. So as the low profile stealth shelter begins to form, you can see how it's coming together. So we're going to go on to the next step. All right, guys, this is the low profile shelter tarp that is 90% complete. So the only thing that I have to do now, stake down this portion, but I have to be careful because there is a tree root that's going to be tied down. This is going to be anchored as well as this. So again, as you can see on the inside, that's all mylar. And once I put my bedroll in it, I'm going to come back and we're going to discuss this again. So again, but I just emphasize, if you're into bushcrafting, I mean, I think it is an art of learning the wilderness, knowing the skills, your knife skills, knots, fire skills, your cutting tools, of course, shelter building, water sourcing, water purification, sourcing food, as well as plants for medical purposes. This is all done in Mother Nature's environment. So let me complete this. And I think it might be time for a fire. And I think it would only be appropriate with a low-profile stealth shelter. I think it is only appropriate to have a stealth fire, which is a Dakota fire. So I'm going to finish this up. We're going to come back and have some fun. All right, guys. So as we have agreed that having a low-profile stealth shelter is only appropriate with having a stealth fire, which is a Dakota fire. Now, the purpose of a Dakota fire is to keep the flames below ground level. And honestly, a Dakota fire should be built underneath foliage to somewhat dissipate the smoke from individuals that you do not want to see you or locate you. But as you can see here, I am not under a lot of foliage because, again, this is practice. So I want to show you the blueprint of my Dakota fire so far. Here, you notice I've made a square here. I've made a square here. This square is going to be my fire pit. This square is going to be the oxygen tank. And in this aisle here, there is going to be a channel that connects these together so that air can flow into here and feed the fire. So guys, let's get started on making our Dakota fire. This is the fire pit that I have dug so far. I think I'm good at about 12 inches. And here are the tools that I have used so far. It's just a shovel, a small pocket knife, and a 10-inch buoy / survival knife. So I am now going to dig out or excavate the oxygen tank, which is going to be next to it. So let's proceed with our great learning experience, our practicing experience in the bush. All right, again, guys, here is the fire pit. This is the oxygen tank. And I've built a little trail here that's going to allow air to come in from this direction. So the next thing that I'm going to do is dig out a canal from this side to come through here. So these are the skills that I am practicing. Also, even though it is, I guess it's about maybe 25 degrees, 25, 30. When you are working in the bush, you are going to sweat. And you have to regulate your body temperature. So I did that by removing a layer of clothing that I am going to put back on as soon as I dig the channel. So again, guys, fire pit, oxygen tank. All right, guys, on to the next step. right, guys. That is the Dakota pit for the Dakota fire. So again, there is a fire pit that is about 12 inches deep. Same with the oxygen tank. And there is a canal under here, as you can see my right hand. And here is my left hand. That is to allow oxygen. So again, guys, one of the skill sets, that's firecraft, but also keeping your body properly hydrated. I've done this by drinking, there is ginger, tea, honey, and garlic. That's correct. Ginger, tea, honey, and garlic, along with just some fruit snacks, just to keep some calories in me until lunchtime. And again, mossy oak survival knife, Bowie style, nice 10-inch hollow grind, great grip. Hey guys, one thing about your cutting tools, well, the first thing I look for is the grip. It has to feel good in my hand. But anyway, a very, very inexpensive, convenient knife was used to make the canal in the Dakota fire, a Dakota pit, as well as a budget-friendly spade. So now it's time to harvest wood. And that's not going to be a hard task, as you can see. All right, let's move on to the next step. In order to save time, some of this wood I'm just breaking with my hand. As long as you can hear the pop, it's good. But I'm also going to saw the larger pieces. Okay, I'm just now going to go and find more kindling. This is just for starters. Since I'm not making a large fire, I'm making a Dakota fire. So here is just some fuel. I'm going to be categorizing it. So I'm going to go and pick up twigs to make kindling. There's a lot of it here. Hey guys, so what I've been doing is basically processing some wood. So I'm going to process 2 more pieces, just split it. And because I have a lot of kindling, so I know these 2 pieces of wood are wet. So I just want to split these 2. Okay, so this should suffice, but when making a fire, you want to make sure you have all of your wood processed. There is the wood that is going to be on the bottom. By using the kindling and more fuel, the coals would drop down, where the heat would go down, or the coals would drop down and dry this wood out. So just going to and this is going to be sufficient to start my fire. So I'm going to get my ferrocerium rod and my tinder, and we're going to start us a fire. Hey guys, let me just put you in focus real quick. As we know, to start firecraft is a skill that is an absolute necessary element when you're bushcrafting. So I'm going to start this fire, and we know there are 5 components of a fire. You've got to have combustion, something that is going to throw a spark onto something that is fluffy, which is tinder. And for tinder, I'm using some fat wood dust, as well as small portions of fat wood as my tinder. And I have a lot of kindling right here. Number 4, I have fuel, and there's fuel here. And number 5, of course, is air or oxygen. So, and I'm doing this because this is totally wet. So, okay, so I'm going to start this fire. Okay, so let me just put you in focus here. As you can see, tinder has caught. I'm adding small portions of kindling. There we go. And we want to put the smallest twigs on first. Pine cones are a very, very good fire starter. Just have to be patient when building your fire. It will grow. All right, guys, so as you can see, the Dakota fire has started. And I'm going to wait for it to burn down. And then I'm going to add a grill to it. And the grill is from green wood. So I just need to get some coals and we can have us something to eat. So again, guys, this is just basically, again, practicing. Learn it, go out in the bush and practice it. You will always find something that does not go as planned. And I think what I can say did not go as planned is when I was making my shelter and I was using 550 paracord, which the diameter is larger than the diameter on this ridge pole. Switch to bank line. So it's always good to have your 550 paracord as well as number 36 bank line. The fire is growing. So when it's larger, we'll be back to preparing meal. That is the Dakota fire working as it should. The grill is made of green branches, so they will not burn, but I am getting ready to put my burgers on the grill. Guys, this is part of the practice. It's actually eating. So as soon as the Beyond Burgers are ready, I'll be back with you. All right, guys, this is the rewarding part. My favorite French fries and veggie burgers. Along with tea. So I'm going to divulge 2 burgers and some fries, and I'll be back with you. After you have worked so hard putting up a low-profile stealth shelter, digging 2 holes for Dakota fire, harvesting wood, processing wood, using a knife, using a hatchet, using a saw, it's well worth it. I'll see you guys after lunch. Guys, I had to bring it back. This is just so good. Out in the bush, I don't know how you like yours, but I like mine the Virginia bushcrafter way. Huge, good, sloppy. Tomatoes, lettuce, onions, mustard, ketchup. What do you say about this, MD? Can't top it. Absolutely delicious. No salt. With the best drink, ginger, tea, honey, and a clove of garlic. So refreshing. Am I going to sleep before I leave? You better believe it. The Virginia bushcrafter way. All right, guys, this is the second one, so I'll see you in a few minutes. Hey guys, I thought I was going to lay down for a bit, but the temperature starts to drop, so I had to fire back up the Dakota fire, and now I am in my shelter because I'm nice, happy, and full. But hey guys, I just wanted to kind of remind you that if you are a bushcrafter, bushcrafting is just it's an art of learning how to survive in the bush. It's a lot of fun. I try to get out at least 3 times a month. So I like to do 2 one-day trips to the bush, and my 3rd trip to the bush is an overnighter. So now I'm debating between what type of shelter to build. I can feel the heat from the Dakota fire coming in here, and it just feels so great. So I'm debating between the low-profile stealth shelter, the plow point, Adirondack, lean-to, A-frame. I'm not sure, but I like to make different tarp configurations every time I come out. So I want you guys to let me know when I do my overnighter what shelter should I build? I think next week I'm going to build a shelter that totally encloses me. The only thing that I see with that is that I will be blocking the fire. And I am one of those guys that I must be 3 feet from the fire, and the fire must go all night. Again, I've been working here today. It got cool. I was working. I got warm. I took off some layers of clothing. I ate, and then I just wanted to relax. And the fire had basically gone out. But with the fire going out, it's like, no, I need a fire here. It's amazing how you can leave the suburban area and come into the bush, and the temperature is different, much lower. But coming into the bush, you know, you're coming here where there is no infrastructure, nothing to block the wind. There's no other human activity per se. There are some people in this area that are enjoying their horses and so forth. But just for people to be out here, I'm all out here by myself. It's enjoyable. Mother Nature, it's a challenge. It's a lot of fun. So I'm really debating what is the next shelter I want. Well, I'll be out here next week, but I will only be here for a day, and the following weekend I'll be here for an overnighter. So I have 2 weeks to decide. But I want you guys in the chat to let me know, what shelter should I use for my next overnighter? There are just so many. I mean, I can name about 99, 100 different configurations right now. But I am just going to enjoy the warmth of this fire. And I have some tea that I'm heating up. So I'll have some tea. I'll let the fire go out, and then I'll head out and go home and evaluate what I've done, what I could have done better, and how to improve. So if you guys want to take a look, that's the fire over there. But I am in my shelter, and I am going to oh, right, I really hate to get out of here. It really feels good. But the heat is reflecting off this mylar. I think I'm even thinking about doing a super shelter. Maybe next week I'll experiment with that. I've done one before, but I want to do it better. All right, guys, so I'm gonna have me a cup of tea. I'm actually reheating some tea, and then I'll be packing and getting out of here. All right, guys, but I'll see you before I get out of here. Hey, guys. Well, the Virginia Bushcrafter is getting ready to pack up and leave. But again, I like the Low-Profile Stealth Shelter. It's very warm. It is very warm. It's going to be hard to beat that shelter. But again, hey, this was a great practice session for me. So the tools that I used today is a spade, a mossy oak knife, clip point, a S-wing hatchet, a Corona saw, and a pocket knife. It's always good to practice with different tools. I'm a firm believer that any cutting tool that you put into your hand, you should be able to use it efficiently. But again, just want to show you, this is the shelter. I really like it. I think it would even be more awesome. The next time I will cover it with leaves to make it stealthier. But this has been a lot of fun. Again, guys, if you are a bushcrafter, or if you want to learn how to survive in the wilderness, this is the place to be. And as you can see, my Dakota fire is just about out. So I am going to put it out completely. And once it is out completely, I'll be packing up because the temperatures are dropping. So when you're on public or private land, make sure your fire is extinguished. I am now going to stir this fire up with a shovel. I'm going to fill both holes back up, cover it with leaves. And as you can see, I have a lot of work to do. I have 2 holes to cover up, but it worked out very well. So guys, once I cover up the holes, I'll be back with you. All right, guys, this is the Virginia Bushcrafter signing out. Hey guys, just remember, again, if you are a bushcrafter, there's no better experience or practice than actually being in the bush. You will be amazed at what you learn, why things work, why things don't work. I think one of the major factors I learned today is using number 36 bank line because the 550 paracord diameter was too thick. Small things like that will make a difference. So guys, again, I experimented with a new shelter, low-profile stealth shelter. It is very, very warm, especially with the mylar tarp. So guys, again, this is the bush. I'm headed out. Thank you for spending some time with me. And remember, like father and son, mother and daughter, human and nature, we're all akin in some form or fashion. So get out in the bush and have some fun. Stay safe, everyone. I'll see you on the next video.